Hello boys and girls, R1 here. Today we're going to take a look at Zhukovsky's I-153-M62. It's a premium biplane available to the Russians. Most of you have probably had varying experiences with this aircraft. Some of you will love it. Some of you will despise it. It has been said that it is extremely overpowered. Well, we'll let you be the judge of that. This plane's natural environment is in arcade battles. It excels there, and we'll show you an arcade battle at the end of this video. But right now, we're going to start out in a realistic battle mode during a tank event on the live server. This should not play to this plane's strengths. It's only a biplane. It's not the fastest thing in the sky. It should cut down on its extreme agility a fair amount. We'll see how it does. Right now, this first battle, there are no opposing aircraft. So we're going to see how it does in a purely ground attack role. We'll see what its rockets can do and what its guns can do. What its strengths are and what its weaknesses are in this particular environment. Well, while it's not as uber responsive as it is in arcade battles, it doesn't seem to have hurt its agility a great deal, and its guns certainly seem to do the job on ground targets. Well, its rockets aren't very big and there aren't very many of them, but I did manage to do some damage on that pass. I tried to be selective about not firing them all off in one big volley, see if I could do some damage, and, well, mixed results. This is definitely the first big drawback of the plane in this type of environment. You just don't... Well, you have plenty of machine gun ammunition, but they don't do anything to enemy tanks. They're great on AA. That's not a problem. And you have plenty of ammunition for them. But these little rockets are wanting. And now I've basically taken up a slot on my team's side, and I appear to be extremely limited in what actual good I can do them against enemy ground forces, player tanks. At this point, I'm not even sure I can do any serious damage to a player tank. I think I can hurt an NPC tank. Well, we'll find out. Okay, so I can hurt a player tank. I set it on fire with a critical hit. It looks like somebody else set it on fire right after me. He probably used a fire extinguisher and put himself out real quick. But, well, I got an assist on that. This cheeky guy just shot at me. We'll put the last two into him. Yeah, hurt him. No kill there. We'll try another match, and we'll try a slightly different approach this time. Let's see what a full salvo does. Okay, well at least I've discovered for sure that I can take out an NPC tank with a full salvo. I can probably take out a light tank that's player driven. Well, that's better than nothing. But now I'm back in that same boat again, where the only thing I have to do, unless I want to go back and reload, is to farm some AA. Which is okay, if that's what you're trying to accomplish. I prefer to help my team a little bit more than that. In this particular match, there's not even any friendly aircraft around to speak of, that taking out all the AA, which I will do, it's not even helping them. Well, let's see what she does when we're up against some enemy aircraft. Let's try something agile, like this little CR-42, little Italian biplane. It's actually a pretty nimble, pretty effective little biplane. By all rights, this should be a fairly even matchup. Then again, maybe not. Well, back to farming AA. So, okay, let's try something a little meatier. Let's try this BF-110, the pilot that seems to know what he's doing. Of course, I've got a bunch of lag 3s on my team. Surely they will outperform me and engage more effectively than I will. Yeah, this guy's looking to pull me into a head-on pass, and we really can't have that. I'm going to have to fake him out a little bit here. Riddling him with the machine gun fire, but screw it. So it seems that if your primary motivation is to farm AA targets or landing craft, or to troll the aircraft on the other team, this plane fits the bill. If you're trying to help out your team in a ground forces battle. This plane's seriously lacking. Alright. I'm going to show you an arcade match now. This is where this plane excels. I have carefully put together a comparable group of airplanes, roughly the same battle ranking. This is the first match that I have played Zhukovsky's biplane in. I needn't have bothered setting up the other planes at all. This is kind of like flying a laser pointer. Everything I pointed at, it's lit up and dies. I figure at this point, let's put it through its paces. Let's take it up after some bombers. That can't be its native environment. Surely its little machine guns will suffer trying to take down the much tougher bombers. And I'll probably struggle at altitude. At least that's the theory. Yeah. Okay, well, so much for that. Apparently, all the other players came equipped for a knife fight, and I have shown up with an AK-47. I'm just going to dive in, see what I can tear up. Now, despite my best efforts, my team is not doing very well this match, but it really doesn't matter. If I'm being selfish, my score, money earned, experience, that's gonna be pretty good. Now, this is not the best match that I've ever had, but it is certainly the easiest match I've ever had that had this sort of score attached to it. And they finally take me down. I think with a ramp. I go ahead and I jump into a light bomber in a vain last-minute attempt to try and do something about the score, but at that point it's really too late. I think I fire my guns in the last second of the battle. Now, this video probably convinced some of you that this is an outstanding plane and you're going to run right out and get it right away. And that's fair enough. It can be a fun plane to fly. If you've had a really, really bad day and you just feel the need to kick the crap out of people and you really don't care, sure, yeah, this plane can be fun. But if you're trying to engage in matches where your personal skills make the difference between winning and losing, at that point, with this plane, really, what's the point? It's extremely, extremely good in arcade battles. And it's pretty darn good in realistic battles, too. Now, I will say this. It does suffer in full realistic battles where you're on the big maps, not the tank events. There, it's, well, the fact that it's slower than a lot of the planes that it'll come up against, it can make a difference, due mostly to the size of the map and the fact that things happen at higher altitudes. In a tank event, all the players get drawn down to the lower altitude so that they can attack the ground forces, and that plays to this plane's strengths. Although, as you have seen, it actually climbs pretty well. But the other planes can't build up a great deal of speed. Man, I rarely will play this plane. If you like it, more power to you. I'm going to leave it at that. Until I see you again, good hunting.